Before the billions, before the brands, before every shirt became a billboard, there was just wool, thread, and a dream. This is the story of how a simple piece of fabric became the most powerful symbol in sport. July 1930. Montevideo, Uruguay. 13 nations arrive for a tournament no one is sure will work. No television. No sponsors. No Nike. No Adidas. Just football and the shirts on their backs. The jerseys are hand-stitched from heavy wool. Players lace their own collars. No numbers on the back. Each nation wears its flag's colors and hopes the referee can tell them apart. Uruguay plays in sky blue, celeste, heavenly blue, named for the dawn light on the Rio de la Plata. On July 30th, soaked in sweat, they beat Argentina 4-2 and lift the first World Cup trophy. No one knew it then. But a tradition had been born. The jersey was no longer just clothing. It was armor. Identity. A nation's heartbeat stitched into cotton. For years later, the World Cup moves to Italy. And for the first time, the jersey becomes a weapon, not of sport, but of politics. Mussolini wants to prove fascist Italy is the greatest nation on earth. Football will be his stage. Italy wears azzurri blue, the blue of the House of Savoy, the royal family. Not just a color. A statement. We are royalty. We are destiny. Mussolini selects the venues, influences referees, and makes sure his players know, losing is not an option. 1934. Italy beats Czechoslovakia 2-1 in extra time. Mussolini stands in the crowd, arms crossed, as if he scored every goal himself. The trophy goes to Rome. 38. Italy does it again. Back-to-back champions, beating Hungary 4-2. No nation had ever won twice. The blue jersey had become the most feared shirt in football, and the most politically stained. Then war came. The World Cup vanished for 12 years. But the lesson remained. A jersey could carry ideology, fear, and the ambitions of dictators. The shirt had become the most dangerous garment in the world. (1950). Brazil hosts the World Cup. They play in white. In the final at the Maracanã, 200,000 people watched them lose to Uruguay. The nation is devastated. A newspaper holds a contest, design a new kit. White is cursed. A 19-year-old fan wins. His design, yellow shirt, green shorts, blue socks. The colors of the Brazilian flag. They call it the Canarinha, the little canary. It will become the most iconic kit in history. 1958. Sweden. A 17-year-old named Pelé steps onto the World Cup stage wearing the yellow Canarinha. What happens next changes football forever. Pelé scores 6 goals. He is 17. In the final, he scores twice, one where he flicks the ball over a defender's head and volleys it home. Falls to his knees weeping. Brazil wins 5-2. A teenager in yellow announces a dynasty. From that day, yellow belonged to Brazil. Not sunshine, not lemon, Canarinha yellow. The color of samba, of football played like art. One fan's sketch turned heartbreak into the most beautiful identity the game has ever known. (1966). The World Cup comes to the country that invented the game. England have spent decades believing they are too good for this tournament. Now they decide to prove it. In the final against West Germany, kits clash. England switched to red. Deep, blood red. No frills, no stripes. Just a plain shirt and a 3 lions crest. The press calls Ramsey's team the Wingless Wonders. He does not care about style. He cares about winning. Wembley. 98,000 inside. Germany equalize in the last minute. Extra time. Then Jeff Hurst strikes the crossbar. The ball bounces down. Did it cross the line? The referee says yes. Hurst completes his hat trick. Kenneth Wolstenholme delivers the most famous line in English football, "They think it is all over." It is now. 4-2. England, in red, are champions of the world. That red shirt became sacred. Not for its design, it had none. For what it meant. Working-class grit. No-nonsense football. To this day, that plain jersey is the most cherished shirt in English history. And England has been chasing that feeling ever since. The 70s arrive and everything changes. Two companies from a tiny German town are about to turn the jersey into a battlefield. Adidas and Puma. Run by two brothers who despise each other. Adi Dassler founded Adidas. His brother Rudi founded Puma. They split their father's shoe company after a bitter feud, now they wage war through football. Adidas pays West Germany. Puma pays Brazil. The three stripes appear on shoulders worldwide. The jersey has a commercial master. But the real revolution is the football. The Netherlands arrive playing total football, every player in every position. They wear deep orange with a bold black diagonal stripe. A kit as revolutionary as their tactics. Johan Cruyff has a personal deal with Puma. The Dutch kit is Adidas, 3 stripes. So Cruyff rips off one stripe and plays with only 2. One man defying the biggest brand in sport in the World Cup final. The jersey war has begun. Germany wins the final 2-1. But the world remembers the Dutch orange. The jersey is no longer just pride or propaganda. It is now big business. And the brands have only just begun. (1978). Argentina. A military junta rules the country. People are disappearing. Thousands tortured and killed. And in the middle of this horror, the World Cup begins. The generals want glory through football. The blue and white stripes become the most controversial jersey in the world. Argentina wins at home. Confetti in Buenos Aires. But outside the stadiums, mothers march at the Plaza de Mayo holding photographs of their missing children. Same blue and white. Same colors. Two completely different meanings. 86. Mexico. No generals this time. Just one man. Diego Armando Maradona. 5'5". Built like a fire hydrant. Number 10 on a blue and white jersey he is about to make immortal. Quarter-final against England. Maradona scores twice. The first with his hand, the hand of God. The second, the greatest goal ever scored, past 5 players. Genius and cheating, 60 seconds apart, in the same shirt. Argentina wins the World Cup. Those blue and white stripes that once carried the shame of a dictatorship now carry the fingerprints of a god. In 2022, that jersey sells at auction for $9.3 million. The most expensive sports memorabilia ever. A shirt. Just a shirt. (1990). The World Cup returns to Italy. The last tournament before commercialism swallows the game whole. Kit still simple. Design still elegant. And one man with a ponytail and sadness in his eyes is about to create the most heartbreaking image in football history. Roberto Baggio. The divine ponytail. He carries Italy through the tournament on his back. Goal after goal, magic after magic, dragging his nation to the World Cup final by sheer force of will. This World Cup also births jersey art. Cameroon arrives in vibrant green, Roger Milla dancing at the corner flag at 38. Colombia in that wild geometric red. Germany in the iconic tricolor design. The shirt becomes a canvas. The final. Italy vs Brazil. Rose Bowl. 0 goals after 120 minutes. Penalties. Baggio steps up. The man who carried them here places the ball on the spot. Runs up. Shoots. Over the crossbar. Baggio standing alone, hands on hips, staring at the sky in blue. Burned into every fan's memory. The last great moment of the classic era. After this, the sponsors get bigger, the innocence fades. But Baggio's blue was the last time a jersey broke the world's heart with nothing but simplicity. '96. A seismic shift. Nike signs Brazil to a $200 million deal. $200 million to put a swoosh on a shirt. The jersey is no longer a garment. It is a stock ticker. '98. France. The host nation wears deep blue with subtle trim. Made with moisture-wicking polyester and ventilation panels. The heavy wool of 30 is ancient history. These jerseys weigh almost nothing. Zinedine Zidane. Son of Algerian immigrants. Raised in the housing projects of Marseille. On July 12, he rises to meet 2 corners with his bald head. 2 headers. 2 goals. France leads Brazil 2-0 in the World Cup final. France wins 3-0. 1.5 million flood the Champs-Elysees. Zidane's face is projected onto the Arc de Triomphe. A man in a blue jersey unites a divided nation, immigrants and natives, all wearing the same shirt, screaming the same joy. France '98 proved the jersey was about belonging. A kid from a housing project could wear the same blue as the president. The shirt erased everything else. For one night, everyone was equal. That is the power of a jersey. The 2000s turned the jersey into a lab experiment. Every 4 years, shirts get lighter, tighter, more engineered. By 2010, when the World Cup arrives in Africa for the first time, the jersey is a piece of technology. Recycled polyester. Laser-cut ventilation. Bonded seams instead of stitching. Some jerseys weigh just 150 grams. The wool from 1930 weighed over 400. 80 years of evolution on a single shirt. South Africa brings the jerseys to a new continent. Bafana Bafana in gold and green. Ghana in white with a black star over the heart. Africa wears its colors on the biggest stage, and the world watches. Spain wins in red. But the real winner is the jersey industry. Over 10 million replica shirts sold in 1 month. $70 to $90 each. Nearly $1 billion in fabric alone. From hand-stitched wool in Montevideo to billion-dollar tech in Johannesburg. But when a fan puts on their nation's shirt and walks into a stadium, the feeling is the same as 1930. Pride. Hope. Belonging. No technology can manufacture that. December 18, 2022. Lusail Stadium, Qatar. The greatest World Cup final ever played is about to begin. At its center, in blue and white stripes, a 35-year-old chasing the one trophy that has eluded him his entire life. Argentina leads 3-2 in extra time. Then Mbappé, 23 and wearing the blue of France, equalizes. 3-3. Penalties. The past versus the future. The old maestro versus the young prodigy. Messi scores his penalty. Argentina's keeper saves. Then Gonzalo Montiel, a boy from a shantytown outside Buenos Aires, wearing the same stripes Maradona wore, buries the kick that wins the World Cup. Then the image that defines a generation. Messi lifts the trophy wearing a bisht, a traditional Arab robe over his Argentina jersey. East meets West. A shirt born in European factories, worn by an Argentine son of steel workers, crowned by an Arabian monarch. Full circle. From wool in Montevideo to tech in Qatar. From Mussolini's propaganda to Messi's tears. The World Cup jersey has been a flag, a weapon, a canvas, a rebellion, a business, and a dream. It has carried nations, dictators, and every child who ever put on a shirt and pretended to score the winner. It is never just a jersey. It is the most powerful fabric on earth. This has been the Jersey Vault.